Great win for our guys. I have a lot of respect for San Jose as a team. I mean, they had Boise beat at Boise. Mari Moore turned the ball over when they had a layup, and they could have won that game easily. They're very much, obviously we are too, but they're very much improved. Tim's done an amazing job of, adding some key pieces to go along with Amari Moore, who I think is one of the best guards in the league. Our guys were great. First half, they were terrific defensively, maybe not as good offensively, and we were way better offensively in the second half. We were smarter, moved the ball a little bit better, got some more assists and did some things there. So it was a good game overall. The crowd was awesome, and just proud of these guys to be able to go from an emotional win at San Diego State, come back, be all business, take care of it, because we knew that San Jose would be tough to beat. So great win.
I know they're more defense than they are offense, but like the 26.5% shooting in the first half and to hold them overall under 34%. What was it specifically that you did to keep their percentage so low?
I thought our staff did a great job of preparing them with what they try to do. They're going to try to get into the paint. We did a good job of adjusting the way that we were helping and the way that we were guarding ball screens. I think the biggest thing that we're really starting to do is rebound the ball. We're getting, because they're plus 10 in the glass, and we were obviously plus 12. So that's been a big key for us. They shot 31 threes, which is scary. But I thought we were there for a lot of it and covered it pretty well. I think they're a really good offensive team. They run some good stuff and they put you in a bind, and they've got size that we don't have on the perimeter. So we needed to be really aggressive at getting to those shooters, and I thought we did a good job.
Kind of like San Diego State, they're a team that they don't want you scoring on the inside. They'd rather you shoot some threes. And you guys still have 24 twos tonight. And I know some of those are mid-range and those are a little deceptive if you're just cutting up twos or threes. But, you guys are scoring in the arc. And I'm curious if that's just about what you guys do, or if you saw something that other teams weren't exploiting with them that you were able to get inside.
No, I mean, honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with Mash is so good at it. KJ's pretty good at it too. You talk a lot about Mash in his mid-range. I think KJ's actually very, very good at it as well. We did a good job of sometimes driving seals and being able to get to the rim. I thought House did a good job there. So nothing really that we saw versus them. We thought they'd trap some things, and they did. When they have a week off, it's always scary. But offensively, we just tried to attack what they were giving us, and there was good balance overall for sure.
How'd you like being mic'd up? Did you kind of have to watch what you were saying or anything like that?
I hated it, but I didn't have to. I'm not a huge swearer by any means. I mean, I'll do it every now and then, but so it was a bit of a basket case last night, and then when the game happened, I felt good. So I was really just what I was worried about was I didn't want to add any extra elements that were going to make something difficult for our guys, especially with the season that we're having. When Steve Shear, who's a good friend, came up to me, it was in July, and I didn't know where we'd be sitting, but I just thought, and with everything, honestly, when people ask me whether it's to speak locally or do a clinic, I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. Somebody wants me to do something, they feel maybe I'd be good at it. That is a privilege that I don't take lightly. So I did not enjoy it, but it brought some, spotlight to our program. I didn't change the way that I coached at all because, I rewatched some of them, and you could tell some coaches that did, some that didn't. And I wasn't going to do that, So overall, hopefully brought some great exposure to our program, and I'm very happy it's over.
I asked Mash what would happen if he were mic'd up or if Jalen mic'd up. What would we hear from those two?
Well, Jalen would be a disaster. Mash wouldn't be as bad. Jalen would be so much. You wouldn't need a play-by-play guy because Jalen talks so much. I did talk to them about, hey, we're a marquee game on FS1, and it's a spotlight not just on me because the cameras are on me, but it's also on you guys in these huddles. You got to make sure every time a camera is on you, you don't need to be fake, but you need to film, as we always say, a commercial for yourself in a positive way. And I thought they did that in the huddles and the locker room. So they were somewhat poised.
your guys have a couple streaks kind of going. Obviously, winning is what matters most, but Mash is now at 3 in a row, scoring 20. 5 of his last 6, he's hit 20. I asked him, did something kind of change about 6 games ago that you've been so locked in offensively? And he said no, and I'll leave it at that. And that's what he said. He just didn't even want to talk about it. Have you seen anything that's changed with Mash about 6 games ago that he's been so locked in offensively?
Mash is locked in offensively in any gym he walks into. That is his mentality. He is very proud because of how hard he works. Not arrogant, but extremely confident. And, there's so much false bravado on social media and all this talk. Mash works hard, therefore he's confident. And if he misses a shot, he truly believes the next one's going in. And he is not going to shy away from any of it. So, no, I don't think there's been one thing. He works his butt off. I've had to try to tell him not to work hard at times, to rest his legs, but he's always going to bring it. So I don't think it's been a whole lot of a difference.
And a quick follow-up that's on Mash specifically is we all know about the mid-range shot, and I'm curious what some of his numbers are this year, and I can get those, but he's a guy that is the only guy I see shooting. I know you said KJ can too. He's the only guy really shooting any kind of volume mid-range shots. Do you guys even, as a coach, how often do you work on guys defending mid-range? Because it looks like guys don't even know how to defend the mid-range. Once he passes inside the arc, it seems like they're going to the rim. Well,
I think we do a good job of running a variety of things that get him to that right hand and get him in a spot with a mid-range. So I can't speak on other defenses. We go against it every day. When you have an elite guy like that, my whole thing is always make Mash pass, don't back up. But hopefully whatever the defense does, we have a counter to it. But him going downhill to his right hand is really, really special. And when we're setting great screens, we feel really good about it. And he's shooting the 3-ball better, too. Obviously, hit 1 today and has been getting to the free throw line.
I think we've asked this before, but is he the best you've coached as a mid-range?
100%. Yeah, assistant or head coach. I've not seen a guy that good at it.
Do you even let guys shoot as many mid-ranges as he does?
I always evaluate. We watch every shot, and we chart every shot, individually as well as collectively as a team. And if he's shooting a high percentage, I'm not going to be stubborn with it. So analytically, a lot of people say, especially the NBA, that the 3-point shot, because you can get offensive rebounds. I'm not sure I agree with it. It just depends on the guy. With Mash, he has got the freedom to go do that.
Coach, you guys had 20 free throws made tonight, and 10 of those came in the first half. How important was it just getting to the line and really executing?
Yeah, we always want to put pressure on them at the foul line. And a lot of that has to do with just our guards are pretty good off the bounce. But when you can get Mash and House to get to the foul line like they did, it puts them in foul pressure, so to speak. So we're always talking about that. And we got them into the bonus pretty early in the second half, and I thought that really helped.
Anything else for Coach?
Are we doing anything with Boise?
Nothing before.
Okay. Friday night,
I've had enough with media, by the way.
Yeah,
So.
In fact, I hear you said during the game, do you ever pay attention to what no, you don't. Somebody
Yeah.
tweeted that, so it sounded like a press conference. On Boise State, though, they're in first place.
Yeah, I heard they won tonight. I watched them versus San Jose. Leon does, we talk a lot about San Diego State, as we should, because they've won the most, but they're the conference champions. They're the conference tournament champions. They've got Shaver's a terrific guard. Degenhardt's really good. So I'll dive in on it. I don't know much about them. What I do know is I know it's a late game. We got to sell that out. We got to sell that out. That's a huge game for us. Obviously, quad 1 win opportunity. Obviously, a league game. So hopefully those tickets fly off fast because we continue to do what we're doing. It's going to build for future success. Although we're all in the present moment of having a really good year, we keep selling to these recruits, these crowds, and these fans, and the environment. We're going to continue to get great players like Jalen House and like Morris because they're going to want to be a part of something special. So Friday night's a great opportunity to do that.
Every game we play in this Mountain West is important because we know how competitive this conference is. We know how well prepared teams are, and we got to be ready from the jump every single day. And San Jose is a great team. They're going to win multiple games this year. So they're a well coached, well-oiled team. So we're just getting ready for Boise State now. So
It's 3 in a row for you, reaching 20 points. 5 of your last 6, you reached 20. What changed about 5 or 6 games ago? I don't know, maybe not what changed, but why have you been so locked in those 5 or 6 games?
Nothing changed. That's pretty much all I have to say on that one. Nothing changed.
So getting shot, I mean, the mid range is still dropping like crazy. I mean, nobody's even taking the shots you're taking. I guess my question is, because I've asked you before why, how it came about. Your dad taught you, you've always been a mid range guy. But I guess my question is, during the game, do you ever notice that guys just aren't used to even defending players taking that shot? Like, if you start driving from the 3-point line, it's almost like I see you trying to run to the rim.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only other place you can shoot, and then you just pull up and you're not used to it.
Yeah.
You notice that?
I do. I mean, the mid range is a lost art in today's game, and it's a forgotten art. I mean, and it's an open shot if you can perfect it, because teams are gonna. I mean, defenders are kind of at their mercy. They gotta run in and get to the help, and then I'm stopping on a dime so quickly that it's just hard to guard. And that's how it's pretty much been my whole career. Ever since I played, ever since I started, training in that area. And then I just, and then obviously I get creative with it the older I get and stuff like that. But yeah, it's something that I've worked on, and worked on in the gym for hours and hours and hours. So, yeah.
How do you guys feel like you held them defensively tonight? Like in the first half, 26% field what they shot, and then 34% is what they finished with, 62 shots.
I think we did a good job of contesting. They can really shoot the ball. They're a team that really gets a lot of threes up. But we did a great job of getting to shooters and contesting and make them a little bit uncomfortable. So if they were a 40% 3-point shooter, our contest made it, probably a 32% shot. So I think we did a good job on that end.
Mash, I know the coaches were mic'd up for the game tonight. I'm just curious, what would it be like if they actually mic'd up you and Jalen? Like, what would we hear?
I mean, I think, wow, that'd be funny. I mean, we should do it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, House will have a lot more to say to me for sure. Because he's just so animated, so energetic, and I bring so much energy to the game. Me, what I'm saying, this is just going to be something simple, like, just getting the guys going, it's going to be something simple. You want to hear more from him, though, so.
I noticed he was talking to Cardenas the entire time, but he does that with a lot of guys. You guarded him in practice. What does he say to his opponents?
Man, he's doing anything to get in your head. Anything, using anything that he can, whether it be your shoes untied or, your hair messed up, whatever he can to get in your head, he's going to use it. And he's so active defensively that it's tough to go against. So that's a big advantage that we have, with him, doing that to other players. And I think it definitely works to some degree. So, yeah.
Friday, 9 o'clock tip. How does that late start kind of just mess with your pregame rhythm?
Not at all. I mean, we just got to adjust. I mean, I think, it is a late game, but, I stick to my same routine every time. So, and I know the guys, we all stick to our normal routine, just push it probably a little, 2 hours back than it normally is. So, it's no adjustment there, just doing the same routine.
Their team has been pretty good defensively all year. They've been good defensively inside. You guys put 24 twos tonight. The 3 wasn't falling for you guys, but the 3's not a big part of your guys' game anyway. Were you guys able to do something that you saw on film that other teams weren't able to do, or was it just that's just your game, you're going to do it regardless of who you're playing?
That's just us. I mean, that's just when we go into games, I think we definitely just try to be ourselves because it's got us this far. And, we don't try to, obviously we take from what other teams do scouting wise with defenses and offense and stuff like that. But if we're us and we're being ourselves and our individual selves and bring that together, I know we have a great team, and I think we'll continue to be on this run. So.
And then Mo, I know you mentioned you earlier about 3 in a row for you in terms of hitting 20 and all that, but like Mo's now 3 double doubles in a row, 4 or something like that. He's had 7 this year. He had a double double almost by halftime. He just needs to score more. He had rebounds already. But what kind of zone do you see him in right now, where he's just doing it on the board as much as he's scoring? He's attacking. We need him to be aggressive at all costs when he gets the ball in that low post, because honestly, dudes can't guard him. So. I think, if he just stays aggressive and, stays in that aggressive mentality, he'll continue to rack up those double doubles, which he's capable of doing every single night. So we definitely need that from him going forward in these bigger games. The last one for me is Boise State won earlier tonight, so they're tied. Who'd they play? Okay. So they're tied for first place right now. They're 5-1, San Diego State at 5-1. So you're playing, just like Saturday night, you're playing another team that's right now in first place. It's going to be a big game. How quickly do you need to kind of just forget about this one and start focusing on that one? And what do you expect out of it?
Forget about it right now. I think right now we gotta just flush it away. It was a good win, but we gotta go back to the drawing board because Boise State got us at our place last year, and we only played them once. So we're gonna be really locked in for that one, and they're a great team, and we're also a great team. So I think it's gonna be a good one. So.
Just real quick, kind of going off what Geoff was mentioning about your 3-point shots tonight. You guys were 0-7 for the first half, didn't hit so KJ in the second.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those nights, things kind of falling.
I would say so. I mean, I think we don't try to focus on how many threes we take or how many that we kind of just let those come. And today they just weren't knocking down. But we were able to figure it out and get the win. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get fouled a bunch and hit 3 free throws.
That was twice, right?
Yeah, I did that
twice.
Mm-hmm.
You guys only had 1 steal, though.
For real? Wow. I mean, I usually have the stat sheet right here, but
No, you guys usually have 9, 7, 8.
I know. Yeah. Gotta get better at that. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Nah, I'm just playing.
So,
I'm just out there bored, I guess. I don't know. I give all credit to God and my teammates, so putting in position. So boarding, I'm just going to the glass heavy, you know what I'm saying, checking on my man. Just going and getting the board. So I feel like that's the rebounds, points. I feel like my teammates are getting me involved well, coaches getting me involved. So
They got some size, though. They
Mhm.
could have made things difficult on you guys, and you had your 10 boards by halftime.
Yeah.
How much of that was anything you saw specifically against them, and how much of it just you've kind of been a different guy on the boards these last 4 games?
Yep.
What changed?
just going. You know what I'm saying? Thinking less of scoring and just going to the boards, man. I feel like I can make a big difference, help this team a lot just by rebounding better, and that's what I've been trying to do.
You play better when you got a friend on the other team?
Nah, man. It's just like I just wanted to play super hard, man, and just check out my man. I knew he was bigger than me, so kind of get him out the game early, get him in foul trouble, and just keep on board. That's what people used to do to me all the time. So, my turn.
There are games that you or Josiah go off with a bunch of rebounds.
Yep.
Tonight you guys had 4 players with 5+ rebounds. Can you talk about the other guys also getting on the boards?
Like everybody's doing a good job checking out their man, and we're just flying towards the ball. Did we beat them on the boards?
42-30.
Yeah, and that's a good rebounding team. I just feel like we did a good job boxing them out. We knew that they're I think the best rebounding team in the league, so just try to check them out and go grab the board.
I want to back up to the San Diego State game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a game that you guys probably look better than you have all season.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you guys, and what do you think it says about how good this team can be?
Just went out there and had fun, man. We kind of knew that we had a chip on our shoulder. We kind of a desperate game. We needed quad 1 game on the road, so kind of came up with that mentality that like we're gonna go out and get them, and that's what we did. Played as hard as we can, and like you said, we're like a different team, and we just wanted to keep on going with that today. Coach gave us that speech, just like just don't settle for that 1 game, being good on the boards or checking out your man. Just keep on going. Just keep being aggressive and keep being mature.
Mash is a guy who's now scored 20 in 3 straight games in 5 of his last 6. In fact, the only game in that stretch he did score 20, he had 19. So, he's been locked in offensively, and I know he's an offensive guy anyway. But does he look like a guy that's been locked in differently than earlier this season, or is he just the same guy every single game?
Mash kind of has the same routine, same guy, literally. He sits right next to me. He reads before the game. Same mentality, man. He's a scorer, great scorer, and we all know that whenever we need a bucket, you know what I'm saying, we always getting the ball. So I feel like he's had that same mentality the whole season. Ever since I met him, he's always just been like a super scorer mentality. So he's doing a good job, and he's had 3 straight games, 20+.
Have you ever seen a guy with a mid-range game like him?
Mid-range? No. Keep it a buck. Nah, not a mid-range. I have a story, like, he was on a shooting gun, and, like, I think he shot, like, 400 shots. He made, like, 380 out of, like, 400. I was like, damn. I reset the button. I was like, nah, boy. But, yeah, he could shoot that midi. He's good. He's pretty good.
This conference, by the end of Saturday, could have the top 5 teams all within 1 game of each other. But first, you got to go through Boise State, which is now in first place. I mean, you've had some big games before, but just talk about Boise State coming in here.
I don't know who they have on their team like that, but they're big, good. All right, so I mean, we're gonna scout them tomorrow, and I'll have the answers to you next time. But I don't know how they play. I don't know their style. I really haven't even watched them yet. I watched everybody but them, but it's gonna be a tough battle. So every team in this league is pretty tough. So we're gonna come with that same mentality, man. Just check them out, grab boards, and defend, and let's go and take care of itself.
And going back to tonight's game, you guys held the Spartans to 34%, and besides Moore and their team, no one else scored in double figures. So what could you say on your guys' defense tonight?
We could have did a better job on Moore, but 29 for 23. I mean, I feel like 2 for 10. I feel like we did a good job for the most part, but 24 points is a lot. But collectively as a team, I feel like we did a great job, just kind of shrinking the ball, helping each other, and kind of just forcing them to shoot threes, 6 for 32, forcing them to shoot threes in there, and they missed a lot of threes. So I feel like we did a good job collectively shrinking the gaps, and we're going to try and continue to do that. Is Boise a good 3-point shooting team? No? Okay, cool.
Well, they're okay.
All right?
They're not
All right, baby. We're going. All right, so we should be, you know what I'm saying? Grace of God, we should come out strong and try and beat them.
Their point guard is high school teammate of James, and they both
He talk crazy. What's his name? Oh, Shaver?
Shaver.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, man. It's going to be fun.